Are you facing a setback? Maybe you've lost your job or probably went through a difficult relationship or even failed at a goal you deeply cared about. In this moment, do you feel like you've hit rock bottom, unsure of how to move forward? But the big question is, what happens next? I would like you to comment, I have the power of resilience within me. It's not the setback that defines you, it's your resilience, your ability to rise, adapt, and become stronger. Steve Maraboli said, life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. Resilience is the ability to rise after falling, the determination to push through the darkest moments. It's what transforms adversity into fuel for personal growth. Resilience is not just about enduring hard times. It's about using them as stepping stones to become a better version of yourself. Challenges are a part of life, and resilience is how we navigate them. We all experience setbacks. It's a universal human experience. But instead of seeing these challenges as the end, think of them as the beginning of a transformation. The oak fought the wind and was broken. The willow bent when it must and survived. This was said by Robert Jordan. This quote beautifully illustrates that it's not about being the strongest, it's about being flexible and adaptable. The ability to bend without breaking is what makes us resilient. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He's a man we often celebrate for his inventions, particularly the light bulb. But how often do we hear about his thousands of failed attempts? Imagine facing failure 1,000 times. Most people would give up. But Edison saw each failure as a lesson, a stepping stone toward success. That's the power of resilience within him. When asked about his repeated failures, Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This perspective is what resilience is all about. It's understanding that failure isn't final, it's just part of the process. And if Edison had given up, we might not have the technology we take for granted today. I know that when you're going through a tough time, it's hard to see the bigger picture. It's hard to imagine that this pain or this struggle could be a good thing. But here's the truth. Setbacks are necessary. They are life's way of testing you, refining you, and building your character. Ralph Waldo Emerson famously said, "What lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Setbacks teach us lessons that success cannot. They force us to dig deep, to find strength we didn't know we had. When you face a challenge and overcome it, you emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't get stronger without resistance. Now, how do you build this resilience? It doesn't happen overnight, but here are some practical ways to start. 1. Adopt a growth mindset. Instead of seeing failures as dead ends, view them as opportunities to learn. Every failure teaches you something valuable. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. That's what Thomas Edison said, and I agree. 2. Patience. Building resilience takes time. Each setback is a piece of the puzzle, and over time, you'll see how it all fits together. Be patient with yourself. 3. Believe in yourself. Even when no one else believes in you, keep going. Your belief in yourself is the foundation of resilience. J.K. Rowling once said, "Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life." These aren't just tips, they're survival strategies. When life knocks you down, remember that it's not about the fall, it's about how you rise. Each time you get back up, you're building resilience. And with each rise, you're becoming someone who can face even greater challenges with confidence. So today I challenge you, think of one setback you faced recently. Reflect on how it's preparing you for something bigger. Maybe you didn't get that job because something better is coming. Maybe that relationship ended because you're growing into the person you need to be. You have the power to rise from any setback. You are resilient. You are stronger than you think. Let's stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones toward our greatest selves. The journey isn't easy, but with resilience, it's worth every step. Remember, resilience is not a trait you're born with. It's something you develop over time. The setbacks you face are not there to defeat you. They are there to shape you. So the next time life knocks you down, get back up stronger, more determined, and more resilient than ever before. because you are unstoppable and you have the power of resilience within you. Let's delve into the mindset shift, the power of perspective. Imagine for a moment that you're climbing a steep mountain. The journey is hard, every step feels like a struggle, and at times you want to quit. Now picture yourself at the top. The view is breathtaking, and suddenly the pain of the climb feels worth it. That's the power of perspective. In life, the journey to success is no different. It's not the obstacles that stop us, it's how we see those obstacles. To truly become resilient, you must shift your mindset. You must learn to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. I agree with Henry Ford when he said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Your mindset determines your reality. If you believe challenges are the end, they will be. But if you believe they're a stepping stone to something greater, then you will rise above them. That's a growth mindset. What is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning. It's the understanding that failure is not final. It's feedback. This is in contrast to a fixed mindset, where people believe their abilities are static and unchangeable. Louisa May Alcott famously said, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." A growth mindset allows you to embrace storms, knowing they will teach you how to navigate life's challenges. This mindset helps you push beyond your comfort zone, continuously improving and adapting. It's the key to resilience because it allows you to see every challenge as a chance to grow. Let's talk about one of the greatest athletes of all time, Michael Jordan. People see him as a basketball legend, but many forget how many times he failed. He was cut from his high school basketball team and missed more than 9,000 shots throughout his career. Yet he didn't let failure define him. Jordan once said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." His growth mindset transformed those failures into fuel for success. He believed in improving his skills, learning from every missed shot, and using every setback as motivation. This is the mindset we need to develop, to see failure not as defeat but as an opportunity to come back stronger. One of the most powerful tools in shifting your mindset is reframing. Reframing means changing the way you view a situation. Instead of seeing a challenge as a dead end, you start to see it as a learning experience. Instead of feeling defeated by failure, you see it as a step toward your next breakthrough. Napoleon Hill once said, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." When you reframe challenges, you take back control. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your growth. You see obstacles as opportunities to develop new skills, gain wisdom, and build resilience. The very things that seem to hold you back can become the stepping stones that propel you forward. Now, how do you actually make this shift? Here are 3 practical steps to develop a growth mindset. 1. Embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding challenges, lean into them. The discomfort you feel is where growth happens. When you push through difficult situations, you come out the other side stronger and more capable. Do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying. That's what Roy T. Bennett famously said. 2. Learn from criticism. Feedback, even when it's critical, is an opportunity to learn. When someone points out a mistake, see it as a chance to improve rather than a personal attack. Adopt the mindset that criticism is a tool for growth. 3. Persist through setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up often comes down to persistence. When things get tough, remember that setbacks are temporary. Keep going, keep learning, and keep improving. There is an adage in Japanese proverb which means, "Fall 7 times, stand up 8." So I challenge you today, think about a recent challenge or failure. Ask yourself, how can you reframe the situation? What can you learn from it? How can this setback help you grow? Take a moment to write down one challenge you're facing right now, and next to it, write how you can reframe it. Instead of seeing it as a roadblock, see it as a lesson or an opportunity for growth. Start training your mind to view adversity as a necessary part of the journey to success. You have the power to shift your mindset, and when you do, you'll unlock a new level of resilience and strength. At the end of the day, it's not about avoiding difficulties, but about how you approach them. The most successful, resilient people are not those who had an easy path, but those who learned to see challenges as opportunities. By shifting your mindset, you transform your reality. You stop fearing failure and start welcoming it as a necessary part of your journey. Remember, you have the power to change the way you see the world. Embrace challenges, learn from setbacks, and never stop growing. A growth mindset is the foundation of resilience. It's what allows you to keep going when the world tells you to stop. It's the belief that no matter how many times you fail, you can always get back up and become stronger. So today, choose to see every challenge as an opportunity to rise. That's the mindset that shapes your future. Resilience isn't something that only kicks in during life's biggest crises. It's built in the everyday moments. Every small challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. By adopting simple habits, you can build a foundation that allows you to bounce back from anything life throws at you. Alan Watts once said, "The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance." Resilience is about embracing change and learning to thrive in uncertainty. Let's dive into a few practical ways you can start building resilience right now. 1. Set small, achievable goals. One of the most effective ways to build resilience is by setting small goals. When you break down big challenges into manageable steps, each success, no matter how small, builds your confidence and keeps you moving forward. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier famously said, "By focusing on small, achievable goals, you create a pattern of success that makes it easier to tackle bigger challenges down the road." It's the daily, consistent effort that leads to long-term resilience. 2. Practice gratitude. Another powerful tool for building resilience is gratitude. When you practice gratitude, even in difficult times, you shift your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. This positive mindset helps you stay grounded and resilient in the face of adversity. According to Aesop, gratitude turns what we have into enough. Take a moment each day to reflect on something you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be big. It could be something as simple as a kind word from a friend or a small achievement. Gratitude builds emotional resilience by reminding you that, even in tough times, there is always something positive to focus on. 3. Build a support system. No one builds resilience alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, family, friends, mentors. Having a strong support system gives you the strength to keep going, even when life gets tough. When you know someone has your back, challenges feel more manageable. I agree with Helen Keller when she once said, "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much." Whether it's a phone call to a friend, seeking advice from a mentor, or just spending time with loved ones, your support system can help you stay resilient when the going gets tough. So start building resilience today, because building resilience is not something you do once, it's a daily practice. Start today by setting a small goal, practicing gratitude, and reaching out to someone in your support system. These simple actions, repeated consistently, will strengthen your resilience over time. Make resilience your daily habit. Resilience isn't about being tough all the time. It's about developing habits that help you navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. By setting small goals, practicing gratitude, and leaning on your support system, you can build a foundation that prepares you for whatever life throws your way. Remember, resilience is built in the small moments, every day. Let's delve into turning setbacks into opportunities. Every setback feels like a step backward. But what if I told you it's actually a setup for something greater? Life's challenges often carry hidden opportunities. We just have to be willing to see them. Willie Jolly famously said, "Every setback is a setup for a comeback." The greatest successes often come right after our toughest challenges. Let's explore how you can turn your setbacks into stepping stones towards something better. 1. Analyze the setback for hidden lessons. When you face a setback, the first step is to reflect on what went wrong and what you can learn. Each failure holds a lesson that can help you grow and prevent future mistakes. Instead of seeing the setback as a dead end, see it as feedback. Henry Ford once said, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." By analyzing the setback, you can identify areas for improvement and use those lessons to make smarter choices in the future. 2. Embrace the new opportunity. Often, setbacks force us to reevaluate our paths and explore new opportunities. Maybe a door closed because a better one is waiting for you to open. When you view setbacks through this lens, they stop being barriers and start becoming opportunities for growth and change. Alexander Graham Bell famously said, "When one door closes, another opens." But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us. So, turn your setback into a comeback. Right now, think of a recent setback you faced. What lesson can you take from it? How can you use that lesson to move forward stronger and smarter? Turn your setback into a setup for your next big win. Setbacks as stepping stones. Setbacks are not the end. They are the beginning of something greater. Embrace the lessons, seize the opportunities, and know that each setback is setting you up for your ultimate comeback. Let's delve into the power of persistence. In the face of adversity, there is one quality that separates those who succeed from those who give up: persistence. No matter how many times you fall, the key is to keep getting back up and moving forward. I concur to Confucius that said, "It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop." Persistence is the ability to keep pushing, even when the road is tough. It's the driving force that turns dreams into reality. 1. Embrace the long journey. Success is not an overnight achievement. It's a long, winding road filled with challenges and setbacks. The people who succeed are not always the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. That's what Winston Churchill once said. Understand that persistence is about embracing the journey. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. 2. Celebrate small wins. Persistence doesn't mean waiting for the big success to celebrate. Every small victory along the way is a reason to keep going. When you recognize the progress you're making, it fuels your motivation to keep pushing through the tough times. There is a Japanese proverb that means the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Each small win builds momentum, reminding you that you are moving forward, even if it feels slow at times. You need to take one step today. Think of one goal you've been working toward. What's the next small step you can take today? Persistence is built through consistent action, even when it feels like progress is slow. Take that step and know that you're moving closer to success. In the end, it's not about speed, it's about perseverance. The road to success is full of obstacles, but with persistence, every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Keep going, because the only way to fail is to stop trying. Please share this video with colleagues, friends, and family. In case this video has added any value to your life, how do you plan to maximize it? Let's encourage one another on our journey towards self-discovery. If you leave a comment indicating that you watched the entire video, I'll give you a heart. To discover yourself, follow these instructions as shown in the video. Get weekly free life, motivating, and inspirational insights by subscribing to the channel and activating the alerts bell. Watch out for our next videos, where we'll be providing even more insightful and priceless knowledge. Thank you very much for your subscription, which is all I ask. I hope you enjoy our next video, and please feel free to share it with others. You never know who might find it beneficial. You probably like this video because you understand how important it is to learn about the power of resilience within yourself. We appreciate you watching, and we adore you.